bring them to me after the interest stops, and they said, look, how are you going to pay me back? You got a rich uncle? Go rob a bank. I don't care what you do. Bring me my money. You see they're scared. Say, all right, I got another way to work this out. Here's how we're going to do it. Okay, you're a quarterback. Okay, you're favored to win by 10 points. The first 3 times you get the ball, you put it in the hands of the other receiver. Put it in the defensive men's hands. You're a running back. You get the ball, you put it on the ground. First 3 times. You let me worry about the rest. You're going to do this until I tell you you're not doing it anymore. That's how I'll get my money back. What are they going to do? They're stuck.
And they always did that. They
had to
shave points in order not to pay back a gambling debt.
They had no choice. Either that
Okay.
or, the threat is we're going to put you in a hospital, And
Right.
I didn't have to
play it
say
off.
that, but they knew that. Because what I would tell them is straight out, I says, one thing you don't understand, whether you're here, any city in the country, or you're in Vegas, you're gonna pay your debt. You're not gonna get away with it. You owe a gambling debt you have to pay. And if you don't pay, there's serious consequences. So just work along with us. And that's it. That's all you had to say.
Have you ever had to actually hurt a person who didn't want to go along with this?
You know what, I'm being honest with you, I personally didn't, and it was very rare that you did, because if you get an athlete to work with you 2 or 3 games, pretty well you're going to get your money back, unless you let him go and get into you for millions, which nobody's going to do. Nobody's going to do, because they know at that point there's nothing to gain. But did I hear of guys getting hurt? Yeah. But it was rare. I want to be honest, because you didn't have to do that.
The NBA's foundation of integrity, already rattled by recent betting scandals, has been hit with its most earth-shattering accusation yet. LeBron James, one of basketball's most powerful figures, is allegedly entangled in a sports gambling conspiracy linked to the mafia's 5 families. Federal officials are now investigating what they call a multi-tiered criminal network, connecting organized crime, rigged poker games, and insider betting within professional basketball, a web that prosecutors say stretches all the way to the league's most recognizable face. When federal authorities unsealed indictments against dozens of individuals tied to the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families, the NBA world braced itself. The first wave of arrests, including Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cavaliers assistant Damon Jones, exposed an underground empire of rigged poker tournaments and insider sports wagers. But buried within the indictment's language was a bombshell, references to a high-profile player-coach consortium that provided non-public information about player availability and team operations to an organized betting intermediary.
You don't have to name any names, but these guys that were shaving points, can you tell me the team and the position that they played at the time? And there's multiple quarterbacks, there's multiple running backs. People won't know exactly who we're talking about, but can you tell me the team name and the position of these guys that had to shave points for you?
I got in trouble once, okay, when I did an interview for a big network, and they tried to get me to do this. And I said, look, I'm not going to name names. First of all, it's going to open up a whole big thing. I know as soon as I say somebody, this is going to go wide, and I can't do that. And it's not going to accomplish anything. So let me tell you this. Were there New York teams involved? Yeah. Were there teams around the country involved? Yes. Some people point to games where they can swear that had to be something done. And, in some cases, they might be right. It was a little bit obvious. But look, it happens. There's no question about it. And it's going to continue to happen. Not as much on a pro level, because these guys are making so much money. But you got to watch out for referees. Let me tell you this. Let me set this up and see if this makes sense to you. You got a referee in an NBA game, okay? You got the Lakers now favored to win by 10 points. Favored to win by 10 points. It's Christmas time. This referee, okay, needs some extra money. Maybe it's something in his family, a sickness or whatever. Maybe he needs a few. Who knows what he might need money for? Okay? The Lakers are favored to win by 10 points. Okay, you know this. A referee can call a foul every time these players move down the court, or he doesn't have to call it if he misses it, right? So let's say Lakers are favored to win by 10. He puts a bet against the spread. Remember, it's the spread. It's not winning or losing. So how does he manipulate that? He puts LeBron James on the bench with 3 extra fouls. Keeps him down there 3, 4, 5 minutes longer. He does that the same with 1 or 2 of their key players. He can manipulate that spread so easily over a period of time that common sense tells you, okay, it could happen. Now, is every referee honest and upright? I'll leave that for you to decide.
That intermediary, prosecutors allege, was a longtime Los Angeles associate of the Gambino family with ties to several Vegas high rollers, and the individual, now cooperating with authorities, reportedly had direct communications with LeBron James's business team. The FBI has not charged LeBron, but officials confirm he is a person of interest in an ongoing investigation into patterns of contact and financial exchange between his management circle and known gambling operatives. According to leaked portions of the FBI's internal memo, agents believe that during the 2023-24 season, confidential information about player rotations, minute restrictions, and planned rest nights for the Los Angeles Lakers was shared with high-stakes bettors. Several of those bets, traced through offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, netted over $2 million in profit during games where the Lakers' late lineup changes caught sportsbooks off guard. The 5 families, the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, Lucchese, and Colombo clans, have long ruled New York's criminal underworld, but law enforcement believed their dominance was largely broken. What's emerging now, however, is a rebirth of La Cosa Nostra's influence through a modern vice, sports betting technology. These guys move with the times, said Louis Ferrante, a former Gambino associate turned author. In the old days, it was gasoline, construction, windows. Now it's algorithms, credit betting, and access to people like LeBron.
3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity. Victims were attracted to play alongside well-known professional athletes and coaches like Chauncey Billups, only to be unknowingly deceived through rigged shuffling machines, fixing the odds in their favor, as alleged and as you just heard from the U.S. Attorney's Office. This alleged scheme wreaked havoc across the nation, exploiting the notoriety of some and the wallets of many to fund the Italian crime families here in New York.
According to the federal complaint, mafia intermediaries used X-ray poker tables, hidden camera lenses, and AI-powered odds software to manipulate results in underground games that drew celebrities, ex-athletes, and business elites. But those poker nights weren't just about gambling. They were networking hubs where the mob built bridges into professional sports. Investigators say Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups acted as face cards in those games, trusted figures who lent legitimacy and attracted athletes to the table. One game held in Las Vegas in 2022 allegedly included an NBA superstar under contract in Los Angeles, who arrived with members of his management team. The FBI has refused to publicly confirm the player's name, but multiple law enforcement sources told reporters that LeBron James's longtime business partner, known to accompany him on private events, was listed as Guest 7 in surveillance transcripts of the game. It's not hard to see why the mob wanted in.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm gonna say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is gonna be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl. disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be, this was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised that the WNBA is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you, it's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming. He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves because he's coming.
The FBI's trail began, ironically, not in Los Angeles, but in Brooklyn. Investigators noticed irregular betting patterns surrounding Lakers games. Specifically, wagers placed minutes before injury and rest reports were made public. Offshore accounts in Costa Rica and Singapore received coordinated bets totaling hundreds of thousands of dollars on Lakers player props and team totals. Tracing those digital footprints led to a cluster of accounts managed by a shell company, Renaissance Holdings LLC, registered to an address in Miami's Design District, less than 2 miles from LeBron James's main business office. Agents subpoenaed financial records and found payments from Renaissance Holdings to known mob intermediaries, including Matthew the Wrestler Dadino of the Genovese family and Louis Lou Appy Apicella of the Gambino crew. Both men are now in custody. When asked about Renaissance Holdings, a source close to LeBron's camp called it an investment portfolio structure unrelated to gambling. But federal officials have confirmed significant overlap between the company's transfers and accounts tied to illegal wagering. The real break came when a cooperating witness from the Lucchese family told agents that LeBron's associates were unknowingly participating in a laundering mechanism where appearance fees, endorsements, and legitimate sponsorship payments were filtered through poker events. The witness described one such night in vivid detail, a luxury suite poker game in Las Vegas in 2022, allegedly attended by multiple NBA figures. Everybody had handlers, he said. His agent, Rich Paul, has denied all wrongdoing, calling the reports a gross mischaracterization designed to generate clicks. But the court of public opinion may not wait for the trial.